the payload fairings for SpaceX versus the boosters. For example, in this camera view, it's certainly close enough to the boost or to the fairing halves that we should be able to see the numbers, but they're
Stage 1 LOX load is complete.
Out of frame. Good call there on stage 1 LOX load. We should hear a similar call regarding the second stage around T-minus 2 minutes.
Stage 2 LOX load complete.
With that call, the Falcon 9 rocket is fully loaded with 1 million pounds of propellant. You're seeing the ground gas closeouts now, the release of the remaining LOX from the feed lines of the pad.
Ground gas closeouts.
Just under 1 minute.
Falcon 9 is in startup.
For the call, we're just waiting the SpaceX launch director to confirm that they are in fact go for launch.
LD, go for launch.
And with that confirmation, we are now approaching the final 30 seconds before liftoff of this Falcon 9. "15 seconds. And here we go. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Engine ignition and liftoff. Liftoff of the Falcon 9 rocket on the StarLink 6-99 mission. The Falcon 9 has cleared the tower. Now a little more than a minute to flight and pass through Max-Q, point of greatest aerodynamic pressure on the vehicle.
I'm back, chill.
That call, SpaceX now thermally conditioning the Merlin vacuum engine on the rocket's upper stage. SpaceX is coming up to a few events in fairly rapid succession. We'll see first stage main engine cutoff, or MECO, at about T plus 2 minutes and 24 seconds. That'll be followed by stage separation, and then the ignition of that Merlin vacuum engine. Payload fairings will jettison at around the 3-minute mark. About 10 seconds to MECO. And MECO. Stage separation.
Stage separation confirmed.
And back ignition. There go the payload fairings.
Fairing separation confirmed.
A nice view of the 29 StarLink satellites there in the lower right-hand corner. Those fairing halves will be recovered a little bit further downrange from where the booster lands on the drone ship called Just Read the Instructions. You can see all the clouds beneath the Falcon 9 first and second stages there from those onboard cameras. Pete's still tracking the booster as you're occasionally seeing the puffs of the cold gas thrusters through the clouds. If we're lucky, we may be able to see the start of the 3-engine entry burn through Pete's tracking camera, but tracking, of course, is a bit difficult with the clouds today, but Pete doing a stellar job of keeping that booster in sight. Well done to both Adam, John, and Chuck and Jen for great tracking work as well. A little more than 4.5 minutes into this flight so far. Booster currently at an altitude of 110 kilometers and descending. Upper stage continuing to climb. 142 kilometers in altitude, a little more than 11,000 kilometers per hour. A little more than 5 minutes into the flight. Coming up next is that entry burn, which will use 3 out of the 9 Merlin engines to begin to greatly slow the booster down. That's set to begin in about T plus 6 minutes and 7 seconds. That burn lasts less than 30 seconds in duration.
Stage 1 FTS is saved.
Entry burn should be starting right about now in real time.
Stage 1, entry burn startup. Stage 1, entry burn shutdown.
With the conclusion of that entry burn, SpaceX now turns next to the start of the single engine landing burn, which will take
Stage 2
booster
FTS is
1090,
saved.
1094 all the way down to the drone ship. Just read the instructions. A good landing today would represent the 146th such landing on the drone ship and the 552nd booster landing for SpaceX to date.
Stage 1, transonic.
And as a reminder, don't go anywhere. Once the booster does land, we've got our launch replays in preparation for you. We'll go around the horn, show you all the various camera views that we had to capture launch.
Stage 2 terminal guidance.
Stage 1 landing burn. Stage 1 landing leg deploy. Stage 1 landing confirmed.
And a good touchdown for B-1094, completing its 6th flight.
MVAC shutdown.
Nominal orbit insertion.
And with confirmation of a nominal parking orbit achieved, at this point the upper stage will continue to coast until T plus 53 minutes, 49 seconds. There will be a brief 2-second burn on the upper stage engine to circularize its orbit. And then the StarLink satellites will be deployed at T plus 1 hour, 4 minutes, and 56 seconds post liftoff.